Welcome back to NASCAR Heat 5. Folks, you know what we've got lined up. You saw yesterday's race, and therefore, well, it's now tomorrow. You saw Tuesday's race. Well, no, because this will come out on Wednesday. So, yeah, you saw yesterday's race. Therefore, you know we've got Miami Homestead here in the Cup Series, which is wildly different than the Xfinity Series where we're dominating. We are not dominating here at all. So let me go ahead and set this car up. I'm pretty sure we'll have a maxed out car as far as what we have going for us for this race. We need to save up like $3 million before we can get that next car. It's not great. Let's take a look at something real quick. Shoot, we got to save $2 million just to upgrade something. We're going to have to get like, let's not even we need $12 million to get us to a 95 overall car. We need a fourth car. We need more staff. This season is not it, folks. So just be aware. Also, week 7, race 6. We've got just a few more races before our competitors in the subscriber drivers end up getting their first upgrade, which makes it even more difficult for us to race around them. I don't know what we're gonna do, but enough of the worries. Let's fix our car up, get out on track, and see you at qualifying. 22nd place is the goal, and we were able to beat that by 0.2. That's pretty good for us overall. And now we're looking at about 0.8 off, though, of pole qualifying. That's a big gap. That's nearly a second every lap. Not great there, but remember, these lap times are more in the qualifying realm, where ours are what will run on the track. So maybe even a top 15. I don't want to get too overexcited, but car's running great for this one so far. Here we go down the front stretch for our qualifying lap. The one thing I want to say is that the gear ratio, once we're up to speed, we're fine. But the gear ratio is actually set up for a maxed out car. We're a little slow when we get into third gear, and I probably should have changed it, but I don't have the time to, or not time, but I can't change it and test it. There is no pre-race testing, warm-up racing, so we're kind of screwed there. 33.161 is the goal. We were in the 32.6s. This will be a little bit slower, I think, but it's still going to be good enough to get that top 22 position, which we're in 17th place, so nobody's mad about that. Top 5, Kyle Busch, Bobby Labonte, Matt Kenseth, Cale Yarborough, and Joey Logano. Custom drivers led by David Schildhouse in 20th place in the number 20 car. Bryce Egan, 21st place. Bernardo De Oliveira comes in 22nd. Jeremiah Graham, 24th. Max Koss, 25th. Sam Long, 26th. Timothy Mathis, 27th. John Perez comes in 28th. Gary Norton, 29th. Casey Kane coming in 30th place. Tiana Holiday, 31st. Eliza Bethel, 32nd. Michael Chavez, 33rd. Taylor Carpenter, 34th. AJ Hale, 35th. Malachi Thomas, 36th. Matthias Espinoza comes in 37th. Tyler Stevenson, 38th. Lane Tiberghien, 39th. And Matt Malone comes in 40th place. We've got 80 laps here at Miami Homestead, and we've got some news for you. Kevin Harvick, he's not having a great race today. Qualifying practice, all of that. Matt Kenseth, well, he doesn't like us right now. We'll try to fix that. And Michael Chavez goes to the back with an engine change after qualifying. Lining up behind the all-star drivers of our past, present, and potentially future. As we get through these gears, no sweet jump for us with the acceleration. And we've actually got Brad Keselowski on our outside and Richard Petty behind us. So that's interesting for us, but it looks like we're doing pretty all right as we catch the draft. We start to pull up behind championship form Jimmy Johnson and get on the brakes to avoid running right through Mr. Chase Elliott. We've got 19 in the tank. We're going to find out how many laps are in the stage right now. 22, so it looks like it's going to be a late stage pit. We have a rival. We have two rivals right in front of us. We've got Richard Petty jumping out on the inside. We're going to kind of force Chase Elliott into that outside lane as we're real close to be doing 3 wide. We are technically 3 wide right now. Chase Elliott backs out of it going into the turn. Not an enemy, so that works out for us. Oh, we did very poorly in 3 and 4 here. Get back on the gas. Try to jump to the inside of the king.
Still there?
I am the king. Kerblam King. I am here to pass you, Richard Petty. Problem is that even if I get a great run off here, can I pass Blaney before we get to the turn? And it really sucks. I like Blaney a lot in real life as a driver.
Still there?
So it sucks that we're enemies right now. He rode us through the turn. Whatever, we're in front of him. We don't have anybody else to worry about till we catch up to Stewart, and we're having a really good run right now. I'm very happy about this.
Stay low, stay low.
Gonna hang on here and roll up around Jeff Gordon. Get up behind Kyle Larson. Take the draft. Get to his inside and start working on Tony Stewart. I don't know. We're having a great run right now. Cale Yarborough, though, that's 2 rival drivers that are right in front of us. That's a concern. I mean, I know yesterday we ran this same track, so it feels pretty good. That's what happens. I mean, if we ran this one track all week long, like I would do in iRacing, we'd be all right and competitive by the end of this. By the end of the week, we'd know what we can do with this car. We could probably drive it better than its ratings are. I don't think that I'm going to be able to do anything here with Cale, but here I am. Actually, I'm going to back out of it. I don't want to do that because we're going to go into the turn. It's going to screw me up. I think we can get a good run through here. And if I can go high, and then as he gains, I can swing it down with some acceleration, catch his... No, I messed it up. I was going to catch his draft and try to shoot to the inside, but caught his draft late, so we'll roll with him through the turn. Kyle Busch is currently leading the race. Good to see him up there. I missed championship form Kyle Busch. It's obviously not a good fit for him and his team this year, and I hope he heads back and gets things settled in with a new group next year to find more success. Here comes Yarborough wanting to clip us, but we had such a good run off, we were able to get around him, and there's a nice separation between us and him, along with Tony Stewart, as he is also a rival driver that we're doing pretty good to be able to catch up to him even. You know, it's crazy. I know we have the 90 overall car. I know we have the 10% improvement for having momentum. But I got to be honest with you, we are running way above where I thought we would. And I am happy about it. Very happy about it. We're going to think better of it. We're going to think better of taking that move. This is a little too close to be trying to jump to the inside of Stewart. Now, if we can hang with him right here. And then... jump to his inside now? I don't know. Obviously, the farther up you get, the harder they are to pass. And here he is. So we're going to come off the gas so we don't... Yeah, because he would have just driven down on us. With the draft, we're going to roll up and try to hang on to it as we come off turn 4. Just, we don't have enough to get around him. Obviously, I want to mend the relationship with him. And I respect Joey Logano. I'm not a personal fan, you know, so I guess I'm not as upset about being his rival. To me, it would be kind of accurate. But with Stewart, as I jump off the track to avoid him running into me, I don't... Whoa, no. Oh, that was bad. That's going to cost us positions, I bet. I got to get out of the way, too, because it's position with a rival. That was stupid. Anyway, I'd like to definitely improve my relations with Stewart and Blaney and Earnhardt Jr. Obviously, I have no reason to have a rival status with Cale Yarborough, but I mean, he's one of those old dogs, so I'm okay with it. Simply because here we are racing against him, and I'm not gonna pussyfoot around. I'm not gonna be all light-footed around him like, oh, I don't want to have contact. If we're going to have contact, I'm going to pass you. That's the answer I have for that. I don't really know what else to say. I went in a little deep into that turn before coming off the gas. I probably should have tapped the brakes a little, but we got around Gordon again. We're back in 12th place, trying to drive back up to the back end of Tony Stewart. 10 laps left in the tank. I didn't turn down far enough there. We're going to ride the wall but not hit it. That's all right. We didn't lose any speed. It just felt weird. I don't know. It's so funny because unless that sign's in a different place there, that black sign that I use as my coming off the gas mark, up here, I drive way past that black sign to where I come off the gas. But these turns are identical. I come off on the, whatever that tower is that's sitting there. They've got them all over the track. But, yeah, we're driving away from Cale Yarborough pretty well. We've got Jeff Gordon still under a half second, now a half second behind us, so that's good for us. I'm hoping, even with the damage, I'll be able to catch up to Stewart again. He has caught, and that might be part of the reason why we weren't passing him. He has actually caught Joey Logano, or he's catching Joey Logano. Came off a little early that time. We'll see how this goes. Will we grip up before the wall? No, we will not. I have to come off the gas again. That's going to be costly.
Keep digging.
Couple tenths, that's not great. We are going to have to stop just for fuel. It's going to be a weird one, as we've got 7 in the tank and there's 10 to go in the stage, so we're just a few laps short. And we'll do what everybody else does. Obviously, if they pit earlier, then we'll just pit with them. But I'd rather pit now, or not now, but pit for gas at the end of the stage and then pit for everything. I'm sorry. I would rather pit for gas with 3 to go and then pit for tires and, you know, top it off at the end of the stage was what I was trying to say. Stewart has gained up into the draft of Joey Logano, and he is now just 3/10 off of his bumper. We are gaining on Stewart slightly. With the tire wear, obviously we're not hitting the turns nearly as fast as we were. Tire wear is not terrible numbers-wise. A little more burn on that front right than normal. Normally we are burning up the right rear. And I'm started to just barely tap the brake going in the corner to kind of get the car settled down on the line. Appears to be working as we've made some fair gains on Stewart and on Logano, so we'll just try to keep doing that. Late, I have to do that. Early on, I can just roll the corner, but late like this, I do have to just ride that brake just a little bit. It's just a kiss. But look at how much we've gained on these guys, and Stewart's going to jump to the inside of Logano. And Stewart touches the apron. We follow him right onto it, and that really stunts our ability. I don't know if Stewart's going to get that pass. I would love to get into his draft and help him get that pass and then get around Logano. Stewart's definitely got a fast car, judging by the way he's been able to drive up to Logano. We've got a pretty good car at the end of a stage. Looks like we're a long run car, which works for us because obviously we're on a long run right now. Let's see what we can do with Stewart here. Be really nice if he doesn't come, if Logano doesn't. Yeah, there we go. Never mind. He's going to ride us. Stewart's going to go up to the top. No reason to hang with us. But we're going to have a nice run off, and that's going to get us. Well, Logano hits us, goes sideways. Is he going to get it? Nope, he spun it out. Is that going to bring out a caution? It's a single car wreck. It probably won't. Dude literally drove down on me on the end of the turn.
5 to go. You got this.
Oh, well, that's him. That's what he gets for doing that. I don't feel bad about that at all. Starting to get a little loose off 2. We had slight contact with Stewart. No big deal. Logano appears to have recovered. No, we've got cars. All right, we'll just follow. Next time? Next time. I thought they were going down pit lane. They might have enough gas. They've got more efficient cars than we have. Remember, we burned the gas more in the last race as well, and it was weird. Got some cars on pit road, though. I don't know why I would possibly try to pass him right now when I'm about to go on pit row. Oh, maybe we're following him. Maybe not.
Bring it
Oh,
up
he
pit
did.
road here. We're almost out of fuel.
Oh, whatever. We're fine. No tires. Half can. No repairs. Just a little sip and then back on the track. We'll pit at the stage. If it was the wrong decision, we'll find out when we get pushed all the way to the back.
All right, now. Dig, dig, dig.
Well, we came out in first place, so obviously everybody else took a different strategy than we did. Yeah. Oh no, here comes our best friend. Get out of his way. Holy crap, he almost just slammed right into the back end of us. All right. I don't think we're holding off Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch, Jimmy Johnson, and Alan Kawicki for the end. Maybe Jimmy Johnson and Alan Kawicki. I don't know. We've got 2 left.
All left, bud. Keep it going.
This is interesting. Are we putting these cars a lap down? But then we pit at the stage break, so I think everyone should be back on, but I'm not positive. Good news is Kyle Busch is a friend. He was a teammate last year, so as far as that goes, I think we're in good condition. He's going to pass us on the inside pretty easily right here, actually. I'll move up the track. I'm not going to cause issue with him at all. I mean, anything in the top 10 for stage points is huge. And I don't think we're going to lose 9 spots right now, so I feel pretty good about that as I stumble a little bit, but this may put us in a really good spot based on what we did for only getting that half tank or a half can. Kyle Busch is super fast. I would love for him to get around Joey Logano before the end of this, but he's not going to. Here comes Kurt Busch. He'll so race to the line. We're going to take second place.
That'll get the job done, driver.
That was crazy. We'll pit and drop back probably. I'll be wigged out if I found out that these... no one's pitting. Kurt Busch will pit. Kyle Larson will pit. We're pitting. A lot of cars a lap down. Ooh, those cars will stay a lap down. Is Logano on it? No. Dang. We dropped 23 positions. That'll have to be okay as we're back in 25th place. Just got to get 3 spots. No enemies back here, so we'll have clean racing around them. Got Kurt Busch on our outside. He's angry but not an enemy, so we're good with that. Or a rival, whatever you want to call it. Logano's right back there, though. That's always concerning.
Careful. Still there.
But I think we're actually faster than Logano in this race, so
Still there.
get on the gas. Right next to John Perez. Grab the draft from Cost. Get to his inside. Work the brake just to make sure we don't run up into anybody. Jump to the inside of Schildhouse. We're back in 22nd place already. Just having a great run again. Gotta be careful here. We know that Kevin Harvick's not having a good race, so he's back here running in 20th place now after the pass. Get up in behind Gary Norton. Try to jump it down. Looks like he's going to run that high line, or is he going to slowly roll it down? Nope, he ran the high line.
Stay low, stay
Midline, I guess.
Clear high, clear high.
18 in the tank. 19 in stage number 2. We may actually be able to save enough fuel to not pit in stage 2.
All right, you're clear.
Other cars will need to pit. They did not pit at the end of the stage, so that could be a strategy move for us as well. We'll have to see how this all goes as we are right back up behind Blaney. See if I could figure out how I can get around him without causing incident. How I could is if I could grab the draft of the car in front of me. Oh, don't need it. Don't need it, folks. We were able to make the pass on the inside cleanly. Now we gotta come off the gas a little early. Cale Yarborough is actually holding up Bryce Egan and Chase Elliott here, so that's kind of interesting. We're going to jump to the inside, try to make a twofer. But then Cale will jump right down in front of us, so we'll have to be aware of what he does here with the braking. He doesn't, I don't know, they slow down a lot mid-turn. We're going to get a really nice run off. And hopefully we'll clear him before the end of the straight. Looks like we're going to. That's nice. We're going to roll it in. He tries to run into us, but we're going to hang on to it because we have fresh tires. So that's good for us as we're back up into 13th place after that pit stop. We got Keselowski and Petty in front of us. And I think that 10% boost really helps us, folks. I mean, I don't know what else could be causing it. We are competing in this race. Not for a win at all, but the fact that we're up in the top 15 makes me very happy. We have not had a speed up yet in the race. We've got 16 left here. We're going to speed things up until they start to pit because some cars will have to pit before the end of the stage, and we are hopefully going to be able to save enough to not have to pit. So we'll see how that turns out as well. We'll keep you posted, and we'll be back at the end of these cars' runs. We got some of the cars starting to pit, and what we're going to do is pray, because at this point we're about a third or 2/3 of a lap short, so I've been backing my corners up a lot. That's why we stopped making passes. We are faster than Stewart. We don't need to be. Most of these cars in front of us have to pit yet, so we're just going to try to finish. Oh, that's not good. I guess it didn't hurt too bad. But as you can see, we're up into 6th place already. However, got 5 in the tank. Let's see if we can get down the back. Oh, never mind. I guess that's not going to matter. Well, we gained a spot on pit road, so that's interesting. Up in 5th place. What can we do up here? Probably not a lot.
All right, I need 2 more good laps from you.
I need to pay attention to the fact that Dale Earnhardt's there. And Tony Stewart's there. He's going to give us a bump.
You're all clear up top there.
And he's going to get himself loose, giving us that bump. See if I can hang out with these guys and not lose too many spots. Many spots. Well, we're going to probably lose a spot to Bobby. Maybe not. I don't know. We got a nice pull from the draft, and we only have 1 lap left here, so we've got fresh everything. We'll stick with it. The finish is what matters to me. Something going on with Dale Earnhardt's car. It's all over the place going through those turns. We're able to use his draft, though, to put a little bit of a gap between us and Bobby Labonte. But I'm also pushing it way harder than I would otherwise. And that's going to cost us. I really threw it in there and actually scrubbed off a lot of speed. Are we going to be able to have a drag race again? And we'll take home 6th, so that's all right. More points for us. Of course, now we have the final stage of the race coming up where things are going to all change drastically. Yeah, we're going to stay out this time. It's dusk here in Miami. Beautiful colors in the sky. Sun glistening off the cars as it goes down beyond our horizon. We've got a little contact with Dale Earnhardt, but he has to go into the turn, so that helps us. Gonna drop it down right behind him like we were before and completely miss the turn, lose speed, lose the position, lose way more positions as we come out of 2. Maybe we won't. We never took our foot off the gas after we hit the apron. so we didn't lose a bunch of positions. We are faster than some of these cars that are not up in front of us, but some of the cars that are behind us right now. So I don't know. Hoping that I can grab a draft and pull away from Stewart before he puts us into the wall. He tried. Oh, he tried. I have to do whatever I can to stick with these cars right now in the draft. Jump on the inside of Labonte. I am faster than Gordon. I've been faster than Gordon all day, so if he's going to get around Labonte, so will we. So we're going to roll up in here, get back on the gas. Of course, we're going to have to pit before everyone else, likely. I got loose and stuck it onto Gordon. That wasn't great, but we're all right. 28. All right. Whoa. Yeah, that lap was 2 tons faster than before. I'm watching Kurt Busch, though. I don't know if you guys see that. He is all over the place right now. 16 in the tank, 28 in the race. So we have plenty of wiggle room for us to, because we get, I think, 19 laps in the tank. So yeah, we're fine. We pit anywhere beyond 20 to go. So in 7 laps, it'll be within the range. If there's a caution, I mean. If there's no caution, we won't be in the range. We're kind of holding the cars behind us at bay as the cars in front of us drive away. And we're not really doing a great job of holding the cars behind us at bay. Gordon right on our bumper, pretty much. Honestly, the best thing I can do here... Ooh, see, he's going to come off the... Yeah, we're going to lose it all. Nothing I can do about that. I had to get on the brakes to avoid hitting the wall. And here we are. No damage on the car overall. That's good. We'll see if just calming my patukas down is going to help me get some of these spots back, potentially. I mean, a top 10 would be glorious, though, here at Miami Homestead. Not really normally our track in this game, so I'm very pleased so far with the result of our race. I made Gordon's car. Actually, Stewart's one of the cars I did not make. I found it in the files and used it because it was pretty cool. It's his championship tribute car. I thought that was a nice little thing, but everyone else's cars, like, well, you know. You guys know I didn't do Blaney's car. I only changed the number on Logano's car. There was just, I was doing so many paint schemes at once. You have no idea. I mean, we did something with 38 of the 40. 98% of those were, actual numbers, probably 94%, but whatever. Let's not get into technicals, people. But we did like the full paint scheme, driver picture, all that stuff. I think actually only one person didn't end up with a new driver picture, and that's Blaney. And I thought about doing it because I used my own template that I built, so it's even. And it looks better than what the game did, I feel. Because it kind of shows their primary colors in the driver card screen. And then the one that the game did, the one that people did in the game was real basic. Just the picture and their number. I was like, nah, you know, not great. We're just hanging out back here. What am I going to do? I mean, I'm not rivals with... Actually, I do know what I would do. Well, no, I can't, because if Stewart was on the... outside, I'd be good. See, I just can't. I'm not going to get her up around not Earnhardt. Gordon. I was thinking Jeff Earnhardt, Jeffrey Earnhardt. That's where I got Earnhardt from, by the way. I'm not an idiot. I'm not stupid. I am sometimes. Who isn't? You can't admit that you're stupid. Sometimes you're stupid. Oh, you know, you get into these. 10 left in the tank, and you just kind of vibe out, and you just start talking. I mean, these are the conversations that are happening. It's crazy playing this game, how comfortable I've gotten driving, like, up close to cars like this on the track without, I mean, you go back to the beginning of how we raced even. We've raced hundreds of races by now in this series. Hundreds of races. And... we used to come into turns and like blast through the back end of people. We had some issues. See, I can't do this. Well, I could. If we could somehow make it around the outside of him, that'd be glorious. I just don't think we can.
Still there?
Anyway, the running into the back end of people is not nearly as prevalent as it used to be. And we're paying more attention to the finite details of like, hey,
No mistake here.
what can I do around these cars to get around them? We are faster than these cars. I just can't get around Stewart fast enough, and I feel like the right answer is just to take the hit going around the turn to complete the pass and start to drive back up.
Careful, still there.
Here we go. We're going to get hit soon.
Still there?
We're getting hit now. But we cleared him.
Got one
Although
down
with
low
that
now.
hit, is he going to get right back on the inside and hit us up into... This could be bad. Catch the draft in front of us to pull away. Catch the draft in front to pull away. We're not pulling away. We're getting driven up. I'm going to let him go past again. See, that was my big fear. Let's see what I can do here. Get out of my way. You're going to drive like an ass. We're just not going to have this race be the race where we become friends again.
Still there?
The only way we can get around these other drivers is if we help Stewart get in front of them so that we can go. So I pushed him. And now he's in front of them. And, you know, we pushed him maybe a little too hard. But whatever. What am I supposed to do? We didn't hurt him or his race. I needed to do what I needed to do. We got a car coming off of pit road. I've got 6 left in the tank. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. We're going to have to see how that one works out. Is that Blaney? For the love of Pete. That's not Blaney. Is that Larson?
You're clear there.
Ah, he hit me again. Sends me up the track. Grab, grab, grab. Okay, grabbed at the end of the turn. And now he's going to drive me into the wall. Or try to.
Got a car coming inside now.
And then battling me loses him the spot to Jimmy Johnson.
Careful, still there.
I can do the same thing.
Clear high, clear high.
Oh, he drove down on us, got himself loose. Oh, and he touches the apron, goes up into the wall. It's absolute pandemonium. As Tony Stewart, single car wreck, he's going to be pissed at us. It wasn't my fault. Dude came down to hit us just like Logano did. And that is the biggest faults in this game. Who is that in front of Johnson? It's not Kurt Busch or Matt Kenseth. They're 4 and something seconds in front of us. There aren't a ton of cars that we're rivals with, so it doesn't matter that much. Well, we'll be pitting now because there's no... Oh, all right. Came out in the same place we went in. We've got Kurt Busch on our inside, Jimmy Johnson in front of us, Matt Kenseth in front of us, who's a rival.
Green's out, man. Let's go.
Joey Logano has made his way back up into the race. He's right behind us in the top 10. Nobody loves to see that more than me. Just kidding. I don't like to see it at all, especially the fact that he's right behind me. I'm going to squeeze in between. Well, I'm just going to keep my foot on the gas. Forget about it.
Inside.
I was going to try to stay down, but then I decided that speed was more important
Stay high up here.
than taking that inside. I tried something. It didn't work. I was going to try to hit the brakes at the last second and jump in behind Labonte. I failed. So, you know, the aforementioned not running into people in the turns was out the door. Dang.
Stay low, stay
Again,
low.
still in the top 10 world, but I'm just... I don't know. I know Jimmy Johnson's got a fast car.
Hold your line there.
Here comes Bobby Allison. He's rival. We hit him with our fender, put him sideways. He gets corrected by Logano. I still wish there was some rival status between the drivers, but then it would just be pure chaos after you got to like season 3. So I guess that's why you can't do that. See, 10 to go, and we're just trying to get around Labonte to kind of secure that top 10 spot. Allison has recovered. No, he hasn't. That's Jeff Gordon. Never mind. Oh, man, I shouldn't have. I got on the brakes. I shouldn't have gotten on them as long as I did. I mean, it was just a pulse, but it's funny how that just is too much sometimes. I don't know if there's enough laps left for us to, because they are conservative in that they'll start to drive a little slower, but I feel like, and then we'll push it harder, and that's how we start to get some more positions, but I don't feel like we're going to do that here. I feel like they're still in that window where they drive really aggressively. So that kind of sucks for us. Bobby goes up a little higher than we do, which means he got on the gas earlier than us. I'm really trying to get his draft, and we're only 3/10 behind him. I'm kind of having a difficult time understanding why we're not hitting that draft point, but maybe we'll catch it here. Oh, I'm pushing it. I know I'm pushing it because I can feel a wobble in the steering wheel. And then that's how we, I don't know. I'd say that's how we lose speed, but I looked down and we hadn't lost any speed coming out of that turn. So never mind. Here we go. We're gaining on Labonte now, but we're losing the pack in front of him. So I guess there's a 2-car race at this point. But we've gotten into his draft. You can just see how much that draft helps.
Still there?
If we were... Well, actually, we are buddies. I could just help him to get up there.
Still there.
How many laps do we even have left? I was so focused on catching him, but now I'm wondering, can I bump him and us start to work 6 laps left? Maybe. Just a slight contact there. But if we come off the turn in the draft again, we'll give him another bump down the backstretch. Nope, because I'm not going to bump him in the turn. But we're right here now. So if we can hang with him coming out of here, we should get the draft right away. There we go. We'll give him a bump down the front stretch. There we go. I hope that's not... I mean, I see the wiggle, and now I'm starting to wonder, should I do it? I just feel like it helps us to bump him, but maybe I should just pass him and not even think about it. I don't know. Let's just pass him. I was going to bump him and try to get up there, but now we're 2.1 seconds back, and I just don't think that's going to be good enough. He's going to try to cross us over because I made a poor... I turned in too late. We've got good speed coming out, but we're side by side right now.
Careful. Still there.
No. Get on it. Yeah, that was poor driving on my part. Good news is we'll be right back in his draft. Get to his fender and do a better job of turning in this time. Get back on the gas early and clear him, and that's what happens when you do the turn right and not paying attention to the car. That's right there. As soon as we got to his fender, I should have just rolled it, but instead I got all stupid, and it took 2 laps to clear him, and now we can't. We're just not going to catch Matt Kenseth, who was 2.1, now 2.6 seconds in front of us. And actually, before I started this whole shenanigans with Bobby, he was 1.7 seconds in front of us. So we've lost a full second, and that sucks. Running mid-track does carry more speed, but it didn't work really well there because Labonte's 2/10 behind us. And Kenseth has gained another 10th in front of us, so 8th place may very well just be where we end up. Had a nice little run there for just a little bit. We gained a 10th, or separated a 10th between us and Labonte, which is still very important. I mean, one slip up going into a turn, and you know we're in a bad spot, so... Well, there it is, folks. 1 lap left in this race here at Miami Homestead. Great weekend for both groups. We won here in the Xfinity Series. A nice battle with Taylor Carpenter at the end there. He kept close to us like Labonte is here. But in the end, we were able to come away with the victory there and to get our second top 10 finish in a row in the Cup Series. I knew we'd be okay with that 90 overall car. But with the way the season started, I really had a hard time believing it was going to end up well, especially with the DNF. But here we're going to pass the finish line in the top 10 with an 8th place finish. We are just a couple races out of some of our drivers, some of our fellow drivers getting upgrades. So getting a top 10 is going to be way more difficult. We had a terrible driver score, and I think it had to do with all the contact we ended up having on track. We're going to have to see at the end of this one how it turns out for us. Kyle Busch wins the race. Terry Labonte, Dale Earnhardt, Kurt Busch, Jimmy Johnson round out your top 5. We come in top 10 in 8th place. Bryce Egan leads the pack on the custom drivers, 25th place. Gary Norton, 21st. John Perez, 22nd. Sam Long, 23rd. Bernardo de Oliveira, 24th. David Schildhouse, 25th. AJ Hale, 26th. Max Kost, 27th. Jeremiah Graham comes in 28th place. Michael Chavez, 29th. Malachi Thomas, 30th. Eliza Bethel, 31st. Taylor Carpenter, 32nd. Matthias Espinoza, 34th. Lane Timbergen, 35th. Timothy Mathis, 36th. Tiana Holiday, 37th. Casey Kane, 38th. Tyler Stevenson, 39th. And then Matt Malone DNFing in the race, the only car to DNF halfway through in 40th place. Fastest lap of the race goes to Kyle Busch. Oh, almost a 32 flat. Most laps led, Kyle Busch, just a dominant performance, all but 5 laps. On the move, Michael Chavez, last place to 29th. Nice race for him. Tough break goes to Cale Yarborough, started 4th, finished 20th. Oh, I love to see it again, getting some compliments, unexpected. I actually thought we were going to get some negative, and I love that Richard Petty, after we raced some side-by-side action, ended up giving us a nice comment as well. Appreciate him, and always appreciate our brother in subscriber drivers, Michael Chavez. We get to take our talents to the hot, huge state of Texas. 70 laps, Xfinity Series, dominating right now, and we want to continue to do so, and I don't feel bad about it one bit whatsoever. In the world of rivals, well, it all just kind of still stands the same. Yarborough, Kulwicki, Stewart, Logano, Kenseth, Earnhardt, and Blaney, they all have problems with us. Allison is not mad at us, and is not a rival, and I didn't realize that when I was racing by him, and I raced a little stupid. What I just need to do is race however I can. You know what I'm saying? What is funny is you get to, aside from Karam and Malone, Miller will never be a friend, he doesn't race, but aside from Karam and Malone, we're not going to look at Max Kost here. We're dear friends off the track. But anyway, we're friends with 31 drivers, or 32 drivers. That's pretty great. And of course, we started our career in the Truck Series where, as you can tell, we have greatly improved on where we were in the Truck Series. Anyway, folks, though, that is going to do it for this episode. I do want to take a moment out to say thank you so very, very much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. And until next time, man, of course, as always, you take care.